Hey guys, this is William, and I'm back with a video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Finally managed to get that video I did with Nathan up. Did it a couple days ago, but unfortunately, apparently our internet dropped a couple times or something happened, and the VOD was split into three parts, and the YouTube editor is gone. So I had to download all the individual pieces and then splice them together, and yeah, it was kind of a pain. I don't really like, obviously the like putting them up in three parts. I think that's kind of annoying, and I've done that a couple times. I'm gonna try to avoid doing that because it's clutters up your timeline and stuff, which is not ideal. But I'm playing a game with Lumen, Montu, and Graey, so this is going to be quite a hard game. I don't know if Montu is streaming, but you should check him out, twitch.tv/gamermontu. And Lumen has a YouTube channel as well, which I think I've shared some videos on this channel. Yeah, but let's take a look at this. Well, Chief is pretty strong. You know, Big Stone House is usually a strong strategy. I mean, I like Animal Husbandry Worker, but I think the pick here is Commercial Baker. Commercial Baker plus Baker is going to be quite a strong combination. And if I expect Chief, Animal Husbandry Worker, and Master Cook or Branch Collector to go, and I get Baker back, then that's just going to be a very, very, very strong combination. Unblockable 8 food plus 1 grain action, and then I wouldn't have to actually bake it. So looks good. Okay. Well, I think Harvester is quite strong, and I definitely like the idea of playing Harvester, but Sailboat Constructor is really intriguing. I guess the question would kind of be, is Sailboat Constructor, how much better is it for me than Harvester? Um, hmm. I mean, Sailboat Constructor, one of the nice things about it is it gets you grain and vegetable, which you don't necessarily need the grain with Commercial Baker. But if I'm thinking that Commercial Baker plus Baker will get me a lot of food during the harvest, while Sailboat Constructor kind of rewards me for that. On the other hand, a card like Harvester is just flat out excellent. 4 wood occupation. It would mean that I don't pass it around. I mean, I like a card like Silo Builder, but Silo Builder I think is probably worse than Sailboat Constructor for me here. And Old Hiker is also interesting, but I think I'm looking at Harvester, Sailboat Constructor. There's also Giant here, which Giant is something. Like, Giant helps you get the Harvester bonus. If I don't get Baker back and I take Sailboat Constructor over Harvester, I will be sad. If I do get Baker back, then I will much prefer Sailboat Constructor to Harvester. Is it possible Sailboat Constructor comes back? Hiker, Silo Builder, Pastor, Giant, or Clay Plaster? It's possible. Alright, let's go with Harvester. Wow, even more ways of getting crops. And we've got Bricklayer here. So we've got Bricklayer plus Clay Plaster out there, which can mean 1 clay, 2 reed rooms, which for whoever took the Chief would be an extremely strong combination. I do have no Animal Husbandry Workers out there, so Fence Dealer goes down in strength a little bit because you're giving up on a bunch of potential fences for the Fence Dealer. I think this pick is Bricklayer because I really would like to be able to get the points for Animal Husbandry Worker. If I can just like have a like solid, efficient game where I get all the bonus points available, Harvester plus Animal Husbandry Worker. Yeah, and of course I have designs to build ovens, so Bricklayer helps you do that. Yeah. Of course, more ways of getting crops well with Land Agent. Yeah. This is a hard one. I guess it is going to be pretty hard unless I get a plow. It's going to be hard to be able to get all the 15 fences plus 5 fields. Like that's going to be a difficult task to accomplish. But we'll see. I am keeping an eye on Twitch chat, so if you're watching me on twitch.tv/play_agricola, please ask questions, make comments, point out mistakes if you see any. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I want Hide Farmer, because if Hide Farmer is good, then that means I failed on Harvester or Animal Husbandry Worker. Don't think I want Master Fencer, because Master Fencer will conflict with the Harvester too much. But it does let me fence easier, which is kind of appealing. The problem is it would really get in the way of my commercial baker. Alternatively, I could do something like Dairy Crier, which Dairy Crier is just like a fine card, totally fine. Martial Artist, I don't need to take it here, but you know what? I think the best card by a decent margin is Master Fencer. I do like Pasteurization Expert as well. Pasteurization Expert plus Dairy Crier is actually a thing as well. But I'm not getting 2 cards out of this pile, so I think Master Fencer is fine here. I don't think my path to victory involves me having like multiple breeding pairs. I think in all likelihood, I'm gonna fence as much as I need to and get my points from other sources. Because my feeding is gonna be all about crops with Commercial Baker and Bricklayer. So my apologies for not having streamed for a while, but hopefully you guys are doing well. Been kind of not ideal. We were in California for a week, and then also had some work done on the roof of our condo. And actually it's still going on. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but it's still going on just one block over. And so I can still hear them in the morning, which is unfortunate, but... And Baker came back, and that's what I've been counting on. So, looks good. Looks really good. I'm in line for a really even just Commercial Baker plus Baker can line me up for a really, really nice game. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh man, I have some choices here. So I think I can ignore Scapegrace because I have enough good occupations that I don't need to rush them out. Clay Plaster plus Bricklayer. If I get a card like Clay Roof or a card like Ladder, I could be making 2 Clay 1 Reed rooms. A card like Pastor, of course, rewarding, like maybe if I go for an early Master Fencer, then I could maybe go for an early, like I could build a clay room instead of a wood room and aim to grow last. A card like Giant lets me double up on the plow actions, which will be in contention late in the game because of Harvester. And Giant actually really liking the even without growth, family growth even without room space. Well, Pastor is pretty nice with for helping to build the clay oven. Getting 2 clay and a stone is enough for me to build the clay oven. So I think that might be the path that I go down. But really, I could take any of these three cards. I could take Clay Plaster, I could take Giant, I could take Pastor. I think what I do is I'll take Pastor, and then if I have kind of dead actions early, I don't mind plowing a couple fields early on in the game. Oh man! And now if I get a card like Clay Roof or something, I'm gonna really regret it. But I think Pastor is the way I'm going here. And then this card, Businessman, I guess. Probably not playing it, but if I want to screw over Lumen, then I can play Businessman. Now this is pretty interesting. Rotten Plow, like a plow, any plow in a Harvester game is worth considering. More interestingly, though, card like Pole Barns, when I know that I've passed the stable guy, the stable maker, and animal husbandry worker. But even more than that, a card like Machete. Machete is so good for getting a lot of crops. Now, if I pass Pole Barns to the person who's going to play the stable maker and animal husbandry worker, like say Graey took both those cards, me passing Pole Barns to them probably makes them win the game. So I think I need to take Pole Barns here. I think. Yeah. I would like Machete as well, but with Commercial Baker, I think it's not as important. So I'm really happy to see some of these cards. So Lettuce Patch, Swing Plow, Muddy Bog, all fantastic. Yoke even, a card like Yoke is excellent here, because I've seen the Rotten Plow as well. So I've got a choice kind. Lettuce Patch is a field. It's a field, yeah. I mean, Sawhorse lets me fence easier, and it also helps me get all 4 stables out, which is pretty nice. A card like Swing Plow, though, how do I pass on Swing Plow, right? Yeah, I think I probably need to take Swing Plow. Because I know, with having Harvester in hand, I know that those plow actions are going to be heavily contested. I don't really want any of these. Yeah, I'm really not interested in any of these. I think Breakfast Outdoors is quite weak. I'm going to have much better use for my grain than putting 2 of them in for a point and a couple food. I think more likely to be playable for me will be maybe Huntsman's Rifle. Maybe that's playable. I mean, a card like Seal is playable too. Yeah, actually Seal's probably the play here. Because having a couple extra clay might be really handy in this game. It might be an extra oven or something. And you know what, Seal, if I get 3 wood at the start, if I do 3 wood into Seal, that's a totally fine start for me. Yeah. Okay. And if I don't play Seal, I don't really care, because I'm not losing out on that much. But if I start 4th, I think Seal will be a totally fine start for me. Let's move these farms around so they line up with the positions of the names on the screen. Oh. Oh, man. Well, Straw Thatched Roof How do I not take straw thatched roof, right? I mean, clay hut extension with bricklayer is awesome. It's so awesome, but how do I not take straw thatched roof here, right? With straw thatched roof, okay, so with straw thatched roof, my setup is something like I play commercial baker, harvester, and or commercial baker, bricklayer, baker early in like the game. I get swing plow out for 3 fields. I go on commercial baker once. I get 3, and then I can use baker to bake the 2 that I harvest or 1 that I harvest or whatever. Yeah, and then with bricklayer, then my rooms would each cost me 3 clay and no reed, which is pretty excellent. Not too excited about any of these. Stone tongs is okay. If I think I'm gonna need extra stone, which if I'm gonna do like a big house, like I think with bricklayer it's pretty reasonable for me to do like a 4 or 5 room house, so the extra stone might be playable, especially because I don't need the reedstone food space at all. It looks like in this game, not with straw thatched roof. I'm gonna be able to ignore reedstone food. I think I'd take children's playground here. 1 wood for 2 points is good, and I'm if I don't build wood rooms, I'm gonna need more use for that. What's my final farm gonna look like? Probably not manger. Probably not a major farm, and that's probably why manger has come all the way around here. Ruins. I just said I want to ignore the reedstone food space, so I'm not gonna play ruins. So it's yoke or lettuce patch, and I already have swing plow, so lettuce patch looks like a totally, like, lettuce patch is actually really good, and I'm kind of surprised that it came all the way here. And this pick is absolutely Peasant's Boutique. Now if I'm forced into taking reed because there's nothing else, I don't, like, the reed that I would take would not need to compete with my room usage at all. So making my reed grabs even more efficient with that minor pick. So I'm thinking, so the start of the game for me is going to look something like play commercial baker, take 3 grain, play bricklayer, play baker, take wood, play swing plow, so that's 8 moves. So that could be my initial 8 moves of the game. Having said that, then I would have no food and end up eating all the grain that I would harvest for my baker. So probably not in that order. But if I do those 8 actions in like the first 6 rounds of the game, then I'll be setting myself up for a bricklayer straw thatched roof play. I can reno plus clay oven, like play pastor, reno clay oven. Yeah, I'll be able to do some really good stuff. I want to set myself up so that I have a grain in round 5 or probably round 6. Set myself up so that I have a grain in round 6, and that I can play pastor and reno. I think I'm looking at that play here. Lumen starts out with occupation blackberry farmer. Do I want to start off with the seal play? I could, or I could just play harvester here, or I can play commercial baker. I think I just play commercial baker. It's okay to signal a card like this early, and you know what? Second action 3 green is going to be stronger than start player seal, I think. Not that I wouldn't mind the clay. The clay second action start player seal would be totally fine, but I think the commercial baker action is a little bit better. And then I can take clay instead of actually like scrounging for it. Yeah, so now everybody who straw thatched roof should be very afraid. And I also got past swing plow by Lumen, so Lumen knows that swing plow is out there. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Stone Tongs from Montu. And Graey took the 2 clay. So this round, the 2 actions are not really that valuable to me. So I think I probably play Harvester with my first move, getting myself 4 wood so that I would set myself up for a swing plow sooner rather than later. Although it wouldn't need to come with this action. I could just take 3 wood, but I think probably Occupation's a bit better for me. So I'm thinking, I mean, if I play Bricklayer, Harvester can always be my 3rd action. Baker doesn't need to come until like round 9. I could play Baker round 9. That would be fine. Because the bake from clay oven should be enough to say, like when I build the clay oven, should be enough to sustain me for a while. Okay, so 3 wood is going to come to me, but I think the wood from Harvester will be enough for a little while at least. Especially because I'm planning not to build a wood room. So I think Harvester is fine here. I'm interested to see Turkey Breeder. I wonder if that was Lumen's first pick. Especially, was Animal Husbandry Worker in that pile as well? No, Animal Husbandry Worker was in my first pile. We got Start Player Landing Net from Montu. Landing Net's nice. The problem is, I think what I'm going to be able to do is going to blow conventional. Okay, if round 5 is Family Growth and Montu hasn't fallen into his lap, then obviously he's going to be in a really, really strong situation. But if anything else happens, I'm going to commercial bake again. This might just be a 3 food action. Like I might end up eating all of this grain raw, but even if I do, it's better than day labor, traveling players, or fishing. And Graey took 2 clay again, so he has some designs to use clay. So I wonder if Graey took the clay plasterer and then has clay, and then he also probably picked clay hut extension. So I'll actually be competing with clay with Graey for like he'll actually like interrupt my pastor, which is kind of a pain. So here I play Bricklayer. So I can second action, Start Player, Swing Plow. And then I will plow and then sow in round 4, I think. Oh, here's Acquirer for Graey. Okay. So second action will in all likelihood be Major Minor Clay Cooking Hearth. And I'm happy to see the wood actions taken because I don't want to be passing anyone like really good wood actions. So yeah, I think what I'm going to be doing is Start Player into plow and sow. I don't even need to. I could still theoretically build a wood room. If good wood actions get passed to me, plus I have pastor. So yeah, I don't need to reno. It would be cheaper in terms of total resources, but wood might come to me easier than clay will. Now, if I get a 6 wood action in round 5, then I will be definitely looking, or 6 clay action in round 5, I'll definitely be looking to build clay rooms. But if I get, like, if I get 4 wood in round 5, and the clay actions, the 2/4 clay actions both get taken in round 4, there are options. So we've got the food going to Roman. Here's swing plow. And then we'll have Graey play cooking hearth. So I will be passing on 4 wood, but I think plow into sow is going to be totally worthwhile for me to do. Three fields into sow. And everyone has seen my straw thatched roof, so they will be anticipating it in all likelihood. I'm going to eat 4 raw grain, which I think is fine because I'll have 2 left in my supply plus 6 on my farm. So that's 2 to bake whenever, like when I build cooking hearth or stone oven or whatever. Interested to see what Montu does here. I would think 2 reed or reedstone food. Probably reedstone food. The well will be really good for him to have built. If he can first room plus well, he'll be in a strong position for sure. Especially if Chief came all the way to him. And I wonder with Stone Tongs if it did. Acquirer. Yeah, I wonder what Graey will do. I'm curious to see. Yeah, this is pretty silly. Being able to get all these actions done in as many actions as I have. Plus I have the bricklayer ability going forward and the theoretical food from the grain. So I'm in a good spot. Now of course, in all likelihood, growing will be difficult for me, but might not be that difficult. Especially if I get 4 wood. Yeah, so like I said, what good resource action I get with my first move round 5, that'll pretty much determine what I do. If it's 4 wood or 6 clay. So if family growth is round 5, I probably take 4 wood. If Reno is round 5, I probably take 6 clay. And it's stone. Huh. I'll let Graey decide before I give him any more information. Trying to use my mouse with my left hand was not working. All right, full steam ahead. So I'm hoping to see round 6 Reno and round 7. If round 7 is family growth, I win. I think I'm safe to say that. If round 7 is family growth, I simply win because my actions have been so efficient and will be so much more efficient than all my opponents that they won't be able to do anything. 5 clay again? Or do I... No, I don't start player. Start player here would be really mean. 5 clay. And Lumen and Montu will think, oh, William took the clay head extension. Nope. Actually, they might remember clay head extension was in the pack with Thatched Roof. So I would like to get a stone before I do anything else. Ideally, I would like to get the stone from Pastor. That would be the most efficient way to get the stone. But 2 stone would be okay. Like if round 6 is Reno, and I do 2 stone into... Oh, you know what? I don't have a read. I can't even Reno Major right now. I need to play the Thatched Roof first. Oh, Backyard Well. This is nice. Some more food. So Montu, like his early food is pretty efficient thanks to... Oh, I forgot that I used to highlight the cards. I'm sorry. I've been really not doing that at all. I've been totally focused on my own game. Here's Master Cook, and then Backyard Well. Very similar to the regular well, except 1 less point. 3 instead of 4, 1 less stone, and 2 less food. And it's 3 points because it occupies a farmyard space. So, and here we go, Animal Husbandry Worker from Lumen. All right, it did get... I'm really surprised this got all the way to him. I'm really surprised this got all the way to the Turkey Breeder. And also there's going to be 6 wood for him next round. Oh man. And there's Family Growth. So Reno's not till round 7. Okay, so... I should be able to raw build Pastor. Pastor gives me a read which I can use to Reno. And then I can... Major Minor Clay Oven, and then I can start player Thatched Roof later. That should be fine. Lumen's playing it totally safe. Okay. So I do get a 6 wood action here. Do I have time for it? Well, if you don't take 6 wood actions, you lose the game, right? Isn't that what I tell Nathan? If your game cannot afford taking 6 wood actions when they come to you, then it's probably not a good game plan. I could always just take 6 food. If 6 food comes back to me, I will definitely do that, although I'd be really surprised if it does. Is Graey gonna Master Cook here? Probably. No, Reedstone food. Okay. Is Graey thinking about double building, or is he thinking about building the well? I would assume Montu takes 6 food here, because, oh, he wants to do Master Cook. Okay. Yeah, he wants to do, of course he wants to do Master Cook. Hey Mariska, hope you're doing well. Here's Joiner from Montu. So, extra combo. He just has, like, super combo and the Reedstone food space. And Lumen takes the 6 food. Okay. I think what I do here is I play Thatched Roof, because Thatched Roof lets me first action Reno Clay Oven anyways. So here, if I play my Thatched Roof with that move, Lumen says surprise. Shocked Pikachu face here. Yeah, like if you look at the quality of my 2 actions, Thatched Roof was like a 6 or 7 read action, and 6 wood of course is 6 wood. And compare that to all the other spaces on the board. Like, okay, 6 food fishing is really good, but start player is not accumulating, occupation is not accumulating. Like, I just got, with those 2 actions, I just got so much value from them. And they're saying that I telegraphed that like an old-time radio show. That's a good one, Montu. I appreciate that. And there's the room from Graey. So my pastor is all ready to go. So my 2 actions in this round are first move pastor, second move reno clay oven. And then all I need to do is play baker in round 9, and my feeding is set for the rest of the game. I could consider something like 3 stone. If I take 3 stone, then I can build stone oven instead. And I don't play pastor. Okay. I can always play pastor later. No, you know what? I think the 3 stone is fine here. Stone oven is going to be good for me. What would pastor have given me? 3 wood, 2 clay, a reed, and a stone. So that would have let me build the clay oven, which would have gotten me 5 food per bake. I think the 8 food per bake is just that enough better that it's worth it. Like getting the stone oven here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Plus it's 3 stone that I've taken away from someone who wants to build a well or build a basket maker's workshop, in case they want to compete with me for that. Or even the clay oven. This way you can build 4 rooms with pastor. If I do play pastor. So okay, bricklayer, it's only 1 clay for me to reno, and then 3 clay per room. Oh, I see. If I play pastor, then I could build 4 rooms in my house. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't want to do that just because of harvester plus animal husbandry worker. But yeah, if I wanted to really go overkill, it would have let me do some silly stuff. All right, so let's stone oven here. So the renovation only cost me 1 clay, and then the stone oven only cost me 3 stone because I save a reed and 2 clay, and then I bake 2. Save reed and 2 clay, feed 4. So now I can afford to build 3 clay rooms on the build room space. And I have action priority over Graey, who is able to build. Montu could jump me. Okay, Gray's taking start player. So that means Montu could jump me. Also, Graey could jump me. Graey could start player again here. Or Graey could build a room again here. I wonder what... I wonder. We will see. I mean, my feeding is so efficient, I'm not too worried about how things shake out. The later it goes, I can play pastor. Like, the later, if these guys want to bully me, then I can say, hey, you're trying to bully me, look at how efficient my moves are going to be. Like, when I play pastor, when I play baker... yeah, I've got lettuce patch. I'm in phenomenal shape here. So Graey first move build room here, I think. That's why he played Sawhorse, I'm guessing, so that he can build a room in a free stable and he guarantees himself double growing 2 rounds in a row. Yep, that's fine. If they will let me grow. Yeah, they're not going to let me grow. But that's okay, because I can do other stuff. I have other moves that I'm happy doing. I'm totally happy playing pastor. I'm totally happy doing another plow action. Yeah. Acquired a wood. That's interesting. I wonder if that's for the well or if that's for a wood miner. I'm going to guess wood miner because second action from Graey should be family growth. And I didn't see any way for him to play other stuff. I guess I should hire. Here's the Huntsman's Rifle that Montu is playing right now. So Montu's going to start player into build room first action. So that's hard for me. That's going to delay everything for me. But I am totally okay with taking 4 wood. I am absolutely okay with that. And saying, okay, if that's how you want to play it, guys, that is fine by me. So second action, Pastor or Baker. Both are fine. Probably Pastor's a little better, just because there's more of a time constraint on Baker. And I don't absolutely, if I don't grow again, I don't absolutely need to play Baker. I'd be fine eating 1 more raw grain. So yeah, I have 4 now. If I played Pastor, then I would go to 3, and then I could eat 1 raw grain. Yeah, that would probably be fine. So I'm hoping family growth comes back, or sorry, cheap occupation comes to me. Here's wood path for Montu, or for Graey, sorry. What did Montu just do? He just took clay. All right, here comes Pastor. Wood, 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 clay, clay, reed, stone. So that's almost all the wood I need for the rest of the game. If I get, I would like ideally 4 more wood, 1 for my 15th fence, plus pole barns and children's playground. But yeah, I'm in a pretty good spot. Oh wow, clay hut extension got all the way back to Montu. So yeah, Montu's in a really good spot. Getting to grow again in round 9. He grew round 6 and round 9. Montu got it with his 7th pick, yeah. I mean, how do I, like, of course I took straw thatched roof, but how do I not take straw thatched roof? Maruskok says, if I want 3 rooms, I can plow just 2 if I want also animal husbandry worker. Yeah, and you know what, Maru, I actually have lettuce patch as well. So lettuce patch lets me, like, that counts as for the harvester. So I could do only 1 more field. Yeah, so I have some options here, for sure. So I definitely want to do husbandry. I think I probably, like, I need to go for husbandry because I need to set that pace for all the other players in the game. Like, I need to force them that if they want those points, they have to do that extra bit of work. So, how many rooms am I building? I think I start player here. I said I was okay eating a raw grain, right? I think I still am. If I don't start player, I don't get to grow for like another couple moves. Also, there's a chance that Lumen jumps me with the clay hut extension. Yeah, so I think lettuce patch here is fine. Does children's playground count towards husbandry? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, does the pasture still count? Yes, it does, because it's still a pasture. It's just not a pasture that can hold animals. Oh, whoops. So I think what I do is I only build 3 rooms. I think I only build 3 rooms. I leave myself space for 5 pastures for animal husbandry worker and 2 more fields for the maximum amount of fields. Especially because I can swing plow, it's worth the extra points. Manju says, I'm so used to playing ox all the time, sometimes I get confused. Yeah, that's true. I do like my occupations. So second action here is going to be a couple rooms at the cost of 3 clay each. I could build the 4th room, but I don't think I will. I have the ways of using the farmyard spaces really efficiently. Marscott says, dream big and build a stable. No, I don't think so. I think I want to get those 15 fences done as soon as possible. Because one of the ways I lose this game is if I get locked out of stable for like a really long time. That's absolutely one of the ways that I could lose. So this is 3 clay each room. And eat a raw grain. And I don't even need baker now until even later, because I'm going to do a sow bake action in this harvest. So I don't need baker until round 13 now. So yeah, I'm in a very, very strong position. That's the power of stone oven. Stone oven is good. Very, very good. Okay, so there are 5 rounds remaining. I am going to have 3 actions in 4 of them and 2 actions in 1. And so I'm looking at about 15, assuming I have family growth in round 12 as well. I'm looking at about 15 or 16 remaining actions. Okay, 3 of those are going to be family growth actions, which leaves me at 12. One, probably, realistically, probably 2 of them are wood. How many of them are going to be wood actions? Probably 2 of them, which leaves me with 10. I'm going to have to do 2 sow actions, which leaves me with like 8. I'm going to have to take vegetable. I'm going to have to fence. Leaves me at 6. So that I can take stone with 2 actions, 4. I can reno once, leaves me with 3. And then I can take animals with the remaining 3 actions. Oh, I also want to play baker. So probably I'm going to end up being either short one of the types of animals or not get to a stone house. That's probably going to be a choice that I'm forced into. Oh man, here's a nice combo here from Lumen. Homework, excellent card. Excellent card. I love homework. So fun. And then he uses it to play Land Agent and Baker's Servant. So Land Agent got all the way back to him too, and Land Agent's a good card. There were a lot of ways of doing stuff in this set. So Baker's Servant, fantastic card. Marscott says pole barns and playground. Yeah, I'm including those in the family growth actions because I'll play them with minor improvements. That's kind of the way I was counting it. Because I wouldn't probably go out of my way to play those cards otherwise, but since I can play them with a family growth action, which I want to do anyways. Did Graey use his old hiker? Yes, he did. Okay. So Reno here. Do I play seal? The answer is no. No, I don't need the clay. So family growth is totally fine. Nope. So yeah, if I can get a 4 wood action, that's ideal because that's 15 fences plus pole barns plus children's playground. Um, and it'll absolutely be worth doing those 2 minors because I want to go on family growth anyways. The timing will be awkward, but I don't have to family growth again until my last action round 12 or last action round 13 even. If Lumen is going to try to aggressively go for the Clay Hut extension, which I think he probably will since he has Clay Bandit in hand, like it's going to be worth it for him to build 1 more room, especially with Clay Bandit getting him that extra clay. So I think we'll probably see. I'll probably be doing last action round 13 family growth, last action round 14 family growth, and that's when I will play pole barns and I will play children's playground. So that means I need to have my fencing done in that time, and the big thing is going to be making sure I get the sowing done for the harvester. That's going to be a big key in my overall game plan. So what am I doing here? I could plow. I could take 3 wood. 3 wood is totally fine. Nobody is competing for me with sow right now, so I think 3 wood is fine. It's not all the wood I need, but it's enough wood for pole barns plus fencing, so the children's playground becomes a little more marginal now. I could take vegetable. The thing I don't like about taking vegetable here, Mara Scott, is I would have to resow in round 14 in order to get the harvester bonus from that field. So I would be okay with doing that on lettuce patch, but I think probably it's not a big time crunch. I'm okay taking vegetable and not sowing it at all, or taking vegetable and sowing it in round 12 or 13. I'd rather do it then. I could have also taken plow, because plow is going to start to get pretty contested. But I only need 1 more plow action, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Here's Pasteurization Expert for Graey. This card is pretty nice with his acquirer. He's going to be able to pay to acquire the top good to push it through faster. I wonder where Chief ended up. I'm guessing it ended up with Montu. Montu has the most clear Nur FG strategy, which is usually pretty good with Chief. So on my to-do list, if I could fence next round, that would let me, there's going to be 3 breeding pairs available. So getting a breeding pair next round would be nice. However, feeding is also important, so doing my sow bake action is going to be necessary. Although there's no pressure on it. And if I don't get on sow bake, then I play occupation baker, which is fine as well. Or play clay oven. I can also major minor clay oven, and that's totally fine too. Now playground is 2 actions, 2 points, wood grab plus minor. Yeah, I don't count the action, the second action, because I'm gonna do the minor anyways. But it's a 1 action for 2 points is the way I'd count it. So yeah, I probably won't do it because I will probably have better actions available. But if not, it's a fine 1 action for 2 points is totally fine. So, all right. There's the well. So Montu does end up getting the well in spite of him building the backyard well. So that's actually really, really good for him. Problem is it's going to be very difficult for him to pursue all our binder, all our binder. What am I talking about? All our bonus points. I think I was reading Hill Bandit, and that's what tripped me into binder. I don't know. So Graey, we're expecting Graey to first move family growth here. And then Montu, I would expect, takes 4 wood, but it's also possible he start players. Lumen, I assume Lumen is going to go for the cattle because he's going to want the 2 cattle and the 2 boar. Here's March from Graey. Yeah. I think this card is not super strong, but in a game with Acquirer and Pasteurization Expert seems quite a bit better. Especially because he can pay 4 food for 2 boar, which is pretty nice. Oh, Huntsman's Rifle. Oh, that's okay. So Montu does go for the 2 boar. So yeah, Lumen will take the 2 cattle, and then I think I'll plow 2 fields. Oh, he's doing clay oven here. Huh. Okay. Oh, of course. Because he's got baker servant. Right. So he wants a reason to bake. Um, well, I have a couple options here. I can sow bake. I can I can't 2 cattle. 2 cattle's not worth it. I think it's sow bake, plow, or fence. Those are my 3 moves. I think what I do is I fence. Fence 15. Because I have 2 actions that let me feed. One is sow bake and one is major mine occupation baker. So I think I'm fine doing that. If I don't get a sow bake here, that would probably mean I have to use an action to commercial bake because I'm going to start running out of grain. Just from eating too much. I'm going to have to eat a raw grain to play the baker, and then there's the 2 cattle gone. But that's fine because now I get the sow bake action. So, and then -2. Montu says, I can't believe you got to do 2 cattle with your second action. And Lumen says that's part of why I fenced 3 last turn. And yep, I mean, only Montu can take the 2 boar. It's a little surprising that Graey didn't go for the food because it seems like Graey probably needed the food. But Graey also needs a lot of wood. So both seem fine to me. So yeah, Lumen's in a good spot. Oh, here's the Silo Builder. Silo Builder got all the way to Montu too. Graey definitely passed some cards I expected him to take. So with this action, I think plow. Yeah, because Lumen doesn't want to plow. He probably would rather take vegetable and grain. What did he take? He took clay. Okay, so he's looking at clay hut extension, I would think. So then I'm totally fine plowing 2 here. This settles my plowing for the rest of the game. Yeah. Yep, I think this is totally fine. So then I can focus on taking stone and taking animals for the rest of the game, basically. And I get to feed 6. And there's the rotten plow from Montu. Well, I feel a lot better that I won't be passing pole barns to the Silo Builder. Although I feel a little worse because Silo Builder often will want to build his 4 stables before I play my pole barns, in which case pole barns would be a useless card for them. But Graey, pole barns might be playable for Graey. Actually, and he has Sawhorse too. So he only needs 5 more wood total to be able to play pole barns. Yeah, so passing Graey pole barns will be a little sad, but I think I'm doing quite a bit better than him because he doesn't have any crops and his animals are going to be behind me and his feeding is worse than mine. Although he does have the acquirer plus pasteurization expert combo, so it's close. It's really close. It's actually really close between me and Graey, I think. Like, who is doing better there. Like, the other guys have kind of different games, but Graey and I are doing something very similar in terms of the way our final farms are going to look. I think Lumen is thinking about start player clay hut extension here. What are my moves? My moves are 2 sheep. My move, I want to do a vegetable. 2 sheep, I want to do a vegetable. I want to do occupation. I want to do family growth. Those are kind of what I'm looking at. I have no interest in start player. So yeah, looks like 2 sheep. Probably first move. 2 sheep into 1 vegetable into family growth. And then I need a sow action in round 13. Would lock up my harvester. Although I would like to take vegetable before I sow, of course. That would be an extra point. Takes a vegetable, okay. Yeah, I'm fine taking 2 sheep here. That's a 3-point move. 3-point moves are good. And so I'm hoping to get a 2 cattle action next round. 2 cattle action would be a 4-point move, which would make me happy. Graey using his master cook. Don't usually see Master Cook used this late in the game, but the accumulation spaces are garbage. Like 2/2 stone actions, okay, like, yeah, they are really actually quite garbage. Oh, Lumen start player. Ooh, quarry. Lumen start player quarry. Looks like. So what do I do? Do I play baker here? I can't take vegetable. Do I sow bake? Sow bake is an option. And I can still, instead of playing baker, maybe playing sow bake in round 14 with a vegetable will be worth some points. Or I could take stone. Yeah, if I want to get to a stone house, I probably need to take 2 stone twice, don't I? So maybe I need to take 2 stone here. And then my last action will be family growth. Okay, that seems fine. And then if I don't get onto stone, I can build the pot. If I don't get another stone move, I can take the pottery. Yeah, that seems to work. I would like to get to a stone house, though. Reno plus fireplace will be a nice 6-point move in round 14. Montu took the other stone action. Yeah, Montu also looking at his need to Reno. So we need Graey to Reno this round. But even if he does, there will be 4 more Renos to happen with only 3 available. So yeah, we're getting tight. We're starting to get really tight. So I'm expecting Graey to Reno and fence 15 with his sawhorse. Lumen is probably gonna quarry with this move, I would think. Like get the 3 stone so that he has Reno available to him. Um, I really have no interest in taking start player, so that probably means that I'm not going to get on Renault in round 14. But Harvester is also a thing. So these guys are going to be competing for Plow So round 14. So maybe I can use that. There's going to be a lot of tension between Plow So and the two renovation spaces. So yeah, I should be able to do something here. Yeah, I'll get a good action round 14 no matter what. I'll get Plow So or I'll get one of the two reno actions. I don't think Graey is going to first move start. Well, you never know. He might actually. Here's where I will play Pole Barns. Three stables. Also, I get a grain from my family counselor because they're all on the same game board. Don't see usually all three people very close together like that, all three actions. Excuse me. Montu. Going on his Reedstone food space. Just Reedstone food as much as he can. Lumen and I are going to be competing for So Bake. Actually, Lumen does want Plow So. Okay. Oh, this is difficult to say. Does he need the food? Not really. So yeah, he might do Plow So with his first move round 13. If he does, am I okay taking two cattle? Or is there a chance that if I do that I get screwed out of my So action? Looks like Graey took wood and then is fencing and then playing Pole Barns. Yeah. On Renault, I'm sure. You are welcome. So yeah, it was nice of me to pass that to Graey. Very nice of me. And actually, and now Montu is thinking about, okay, do I fence before I silo build so that I can play Pole Barns? No one else needs wood. The only person who might need wood potentially is a joinery player. So he might have all the wood for the rest of the game. Oh, someone's sending me an add-on. Okay, unknown. The whisper is not working. So unknown, if you're watching me, I can't see that full link. It got truncated. So actually, go on Twitch. Unknown, if you're watching, go on Twitch and put that add-on in my Twitch chat. Full screen plus extension. Okay. So, Lumen likes family growth, but I like a 4.2 cattle action. And So Bake is totally. I guess it's not total. Yeah, it's safe. Yeah, So Bake is safe. Matu says, I should have made a different decision in the draft. I'm interested to see what Graey will do here. Graey has no way of getting crops unless he might have taken the where you can buy stuff in the harvest sailboat constructor. Add on full screen plus. Okay, I'll check it out. I had one before, but I couldn't. It seems like it's deprecated, so hopefully the one that this unknown is sending me is not deprecated. Yeah, thank you. Lumen plays Machete on Family Growth. Okay. My So Bake is still totally safe, right? So as long as my So Bake is totally safe, I'm allowed to spend an action taking vegetable here. So Lumen with Machete almost has Harvester. I'm not seeing it. I mean, if Plow comes to him, yes. If Plow comes to him, yes. Because then he could... but then he can only get to the 4th as far as I can tell. Machete lets him harvest... Oh, that's right. It's number of goods. It's not number of fields you gather from. Any player who harvests at least 5 goods during the final harvest. Yeah, okay. Lumen definitely has it then, as far as I can tell. Because he'll plow sow. Well, okay, if start player comes all the way back to him. Which I think it will, it looks like. Because I think Lumen is going to get start player, so that would let him 1, 2, and then 3 goods with Machete. Yeah, that gets him the Harvester bonus. Nice. So Bake is as good as Plow Sow for him. Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Myra Scott. So, am I going to get to Reno next round? Probably not. But I can play Pottery. Nobody else has any clay in their farm, on their farm, so Pottery looks fine for a 2-point action. And it would actually enable other point actions, like it would enable a 3-point clay action. So that looks fine. Taking wood enables a 2-point children's playground on Family Growth. Also, anything that gets me read and plays Peasant's Boutique. I'll have to think about the math on that. Will Basket Maker's Workshop be worth it? I'm guessing Montu is looking at Basket Maker's Workshop with all the read he has. Oh, there it is. There's Chief. So I have 2 actions left. I could play Baker and then So Bake. That's an option. Oh man, Montu has Animal Breeder. He drafted this guy. Oh, feels bad. Animal Breeder's so good. had animal breeder and he passed animal husbandry worker. I'm sorry, Montu. I do not agree with that pick. Yeah. Do not agree with. This is interesting. Graey needs Reed in order to be able to Reno again, but he can acquire Reed. He can kind of sneakily acquire Reed with Acquirer if he needs to. Pottery and then 6 clay. Okay, so pottery and 6 clay is 2 actions for 5 points. Lumen start player working gloves. Working gloves is pointless here, but the start player is the important thing. So that gets him the harvester bonus. Do I sow bake here? I think I do. And kind of see what these guys do. Bake 2. So I have 9 grain right now. So I could afford to bake 1 more without that costing me any food, or without that costing me any points. Yeah. What am I thinking here? Yeah, probably major minor. I don't. Nothing else is. Well, I guess 3 wood is 2 points because it's children's playground. Yeah, Basket Maker's Workshop is going to Montu. So yeah. Graey says, I just realized Machete plus Harvester. Yep. Excellent combo. Yeah, and Lumen was the only person to have seen Harvester because I took it second pick. And to say Lumen got some cards I definitely expected to go earlier, but I guess only he and I saw the Harvester. So Pottery I think is fine here. It's a bit giving up on the Reno Dream, but I think the Reno Dream is probably dead anyways. So feed 8. Harvest. Is eating a clay worth anything? Eat a clay probably. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 9. Yeah, so if I sow once more, I would rather sow a vegetable than a grain. So I can afford to bake one more grain for another 4 food. And then I could eat 1 more clay, which will put me at 10. There's the Basket Maker's Workshop for Montu. There is a chance at 5 room stone house, 2 stone actions, and then Reno. Would mean that I would have to eat a bunch of other stuff, so it's not ideal, but it's definitely a play that is an option for me. I can eat the 1 vegetable lettuce patch. That's an option too, if I get locked out of So Bake. That is definitely an option. So if I have that option, maybe I should not have eaten the clay, and I could wait to decide on eating the clay in round 14. Yeah, and Lumen's on So Bake. Yeah. Which means that if I want to do Plow Sow, I need to I don't get a bake action along with it. So it's probably not worth doing in that case. So take a 2-point bore. Nobody else wants the clay as far as I can tell. So 2-point bore looks fine. Yes. So one of my actions is family growth. One of my actions is 3 clay, or 6 clay. So then my last action could be a 2-point wood grab. Is Baker worth anything here? Baker's probably not worth anything. I have even clay. I can eat 1 free. Yeah. Yeah. I think the clay is. It doesn't end up making a huge difference. It's going to end up being 1 point either way, which is not a huge swing. Okay. Well, I'll take my 6 clay, because why not? I guess food is points. Food is points as well. Yeah. How many points is it though? 5 food is 2 points. So 5 food or wood, both are the same for me. So those two actions are interchangeable. Does anybody else want food? Does Graey want food? Probably not. Probably yes, actually. What am I saying? He probably does want food. Montu wants wood. Taking 6 wood away from Montu is taking quite a few points away from him. So the question is, do I want to do that? Am I beating Lumen? I think I'm beating Lumen. We have the same number of people. I have a bigger house and fewer unused spaces. He has more points from crops and animals than me, but he also has a negative from boar. We have about the same points from improvements. We both have the same bonus points. I think I'm beating Lumen. So I think it's okay for me to take the 6 wood to guarantee that I'm beating Montu. Because if I take 6 wood before him, then I think I'm definitely beating Montu. But Montu probably takes the 6 wood here. Like, what else does he have that he wants to do? He's taking the 6 wood and then fencing. Yeah, of course. Taking 6 wood and then fencing and then playing his major minor. The minor that gives two grain and a vegetable for him. So it'll be quite strong. It'll be a +3 stables, +4 points. So it's a 7-point action for him. That's quite strong. Two points for me is totally fine. I'm not scared of Graey. And no one else can family growth, so. So I eat the 1 vegetable off my lettuce patch, and then I eat a clay. No, I don't eat a clay. I eat a raw grain because I have 9 grain. Yeah, so I eat a grain, which is, so it's only 1 point. So yeah, this ended up being just barely better. Just barely better. All right, let's start counting them up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I eat 4 food, the vegetable on lettuce patch, and 1 raw grain. And I breed 2 more animals. So I score whatever I show plus 7. So it should be quite a strong farm, expecting around 50. Whoa! I blew 50 away. I scored 59. Woo! So the question is Montu getting there? Probably not. He has too many negative points. And Lumen's not close either. Yeah. Whoa, I destroyed this game. 52. I was not expecting a base 52 score. I have max fields, max pastures, max grain. I have no negatives. I guess I have a lot of points for my cards. Yeah. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Lumen says I thought I was doing way better. I thought I was doing worse. I did not expect a 59-point farm. But this combo was ridiculous. Commercial baker, bricklayer. My feeding was just ridiculously efficient. The fact that I have baker sitting in the wings here as well is a very, very strong game for me. So Montu is showing 43, plus he gets 4 points from Chief, 2 from Animal Husbandry. Yeah, it's not going to be quite enough. He's going to score like 54 or something, but not enough to touch me. Big score. Yep. 59, pretty good. Ugh. If family growth comes around 7, I don't think this is I think this is even more lopsided. I think I probably won by 5 or 6. And if it comes even later, it's even worse. But yeah, nice game. Nice game. Pretty strong. Straw thatched hut plus bricklayer, 3 clay rooms. Not bad. Getting 6 clay and then 5 clay was huge. So Montu has 51. Lumen scores 49. I score 59 and 42 for Graey. GG. So I won by 8 points. Yeah, pretty good. This is definitely the set that I'm strongest with. I've played the most of it, and I'm the most familiar with it. This is my my strongest line. I mean, I've been playing it for like 5 years as well. Been playing it since like 2014, basically. Lumen says, Lumen thinks I won in the draft. So a couple key things: 6 clay into 5 clay, 11 clay in 1 round was huge, and the other thing was family growth not coming round 5. Both of those were really good for me. Lumen says I forgot about bricklayer. Yeah, pretty strong game. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. Thanks to Lumen, Montu, and Graey. I already mentioned Lumen has a YouTube channel. I've shared his videos. I'll maybe I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Same with Montu, twitch.tv/gamermontu. I think I've set up to auto host him, so it should anytime that he's playing, my channel should automatically host him anytime he's live. So yeah, check them out. Lumen is saying, why did you not take animal husbandry working with breeder? I would tend to agree. Yep. I would tend to agree with that. That would have been the way that I would have played it. First pick acquirer. I didn't pass acquirer. First pick acquirer from Graey. I guess you see like acquirer like goes off and just does crazy stuff, but then also you see acquirer do 42, like what happened to Graey. I don't know. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. I will probably stream maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, probably on the weekend sometime. So look out for that. Maybe Friday night. So probably tomorrow or Friday night would be my ghost. So would be my options. So yeah, if you're following me on YouTube, give me a follow on Twitch so that you, like Maruska, can come and say, hey, what's going on? And give me comments and stuff. Oh, thank you, Ronnie James, for the follow. Yeah, Twitch has got this new activity feed, so I can see like when people follow and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Anyways, that's all for me, and I will see you guys next time.